What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? Guys, we're going to talk about some really important stuff today, AtomOS. Now, if you have a Mini, a Genesis, a Nano, this is what you use. This is a platform you use to access your deeper network devices, to manage them, to really turn things on and off, to accrue DPR, to take a look at your wallet. So everything is in there. So I want to make sure that I cover things in detail. So if the video is a little bit long, I am sorry, but I want you to be able to get the most out of it. And I'll put timestamps. That way you can come back and say, all right, how do I do this again? Let me take a look at this section. So I'll go over every piece inside of AtomOS. And I think it's really important for all of us to understand how it works and, all the functionality within it. Now, I'm going to always do more than just one thing on the channel. You know how we roll here. It's three things. We're going to talk about that, walk through and set up, but we're also going to talk about a special edition Deeper Connect Mini from the channel. I'm going to do something really special with it. And also I got to do that Nano giveaway. People have been waiting for it. And today is the day that we're going to pick a winner. So let's start with smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because it's the reason why the channel's been growing, because you all have been phenomenal. And I am so thrilled to be able to come back time and time again to provide you value. When you guys smash that like button, it makes me smile. And, it's that little motivator going, oh, more people are appreciating the information that I'm providing. So when you guys do that, it definitely helps out the channel tremendously. It puts it in front of more people. I've been hearing people saying, oh, I wish I would have found you a month ago. I wish you would have found me a month ago too. I'm glad you're here now. But that's what happens when you guys like, share, leave comments down below. So even if you don't have anything good to say, I'm kidding. Everybody has something good to say, even when it's bad. Just leave a comment down below. It makes a big difference when it comes to engagement. But let's get right into it. This is one of the places I actually allowed people to gain entries for the giveaway. If you went into the Instagram here and you left a comment, I got 568 comments. I removed all the duplicates, so don't worry about that. I'll cover that on the giveaway. I also made sure that, to double reward anybody that purchased an NFT. NFTs were selling for about $1. It would enter you to the giveaway, plus you get an NFT out of it. And I thought that was pretty cool. There's 3 little new additions. There's 2 of these guys. There is Glimpse and Sight that these are not going to be for sale. They're going to be given away. But this Gaze one here, just a side note before we get to it later on, I am putting this one up for sale. And this is why... if you guys purchase this NFT, I'm going to put it on auction. So whoever buys it, I'm going to give you a custom Deeper Connect Mini. Yeah, it's custom because I'm going to make sure it looks sick. And yeah, we try to do nice things here on the channel. This is just one of them. But getting into AtomOS, and I am going to start from the beginning. I actually reset my password so I can tell you that if you just plug your unit in, here's what you can do. You can type admin. That is your basic login setup. It did work. That's good. Oh, of course it's compromised because I'm using admin. Do not do admin. And you should change this. But for now, that's what it is. Here on this main page, I'm going to go item by item like I told you. And I did turn off sharing. So you're going to see a few things that are a little bit different when it comes to sharing, because I did turn it off for a little while. These are all the different tunnels. Where I'm going shows it in green. Where people are connecting to my device, it shows in blue. Now, memory, it's only 30% usage. CPU is 15, like that's nothing, down to 3. On the right side, you're going to see notifications, and it's going to show all of the traffic going through your network. So, mom and dad, this is actually really cool. You can actually sit here and see where your kids are browsing the internet, which is kind of awesome. Now, going to go down, like I said, one item at a time. Mainnet just launched recently, so the newest version of the software is going to be shown right on the right side. So you should have 1.1.1.rel. This is the latest version you're going to see. The way it's working is that they're updating all the Genesis first, then they're going to move on to the Mini. So I expect that to happen in the next couple of days here, to start with all those Minis, making sure that everyone has the updated version. Down here, you're going to see your system status and, both the memory and the CPU usage over the last 24 hours. Now let's move forward to the traffic. Here is your network traffic, and it'll show you what's being used, what's taking all that traffic. This line here will continue to update and move. Right now, my local traffic is, 73 gigabytes of upload and 15.8 gigabytes of download. I actually got to go back to one thing, just so you're aware. Up here on the right side, it was a little bit far for me. That's why I didn't see it. But system uptime, it'll tell me how long I've had my device connected, how much I've uploaded, and how much I've downloaded. This does include the amount of bandwidth that you've shared as well. So when you're sharing, you're really giving out that upload. That's why my upload is really high, because I had it sharing turned on for a little while, and I'm going to continue to do that because I'm not using the upload speeds, and it's fine. I'd much rather, give that away and allow other people to enjoy it. There are really interesting features in here that I want to make sure all of you guys understand and know how it works. Logs. Here in the logs, you're going to see your information. You're going to see when on the far right side, management plane, you're going to see the last time you logged in. In the middle portion, you're going to see the data plane, which is what websites are being accessed. It has a history of all the sites that have been accessed. So this is pretty awesome that you can do a little search and see everything in there. It was a little bit slower before the update, but as soon as I did that update, it started to move a lot quicker for me to open this tab. So be aware, if you're experiencing a little bit of that slowness on the log, it should fix itself once you get updated. All right, VPN. First one is mode. Now, here we have 3 different options. We have smart route, full route, and disabled. Smart route will take advantage of it will find the best way to route things. It's not, I would say, working 100% the way that they intended it on this version, but it will be updated so that you can take advantage of the best possible routing. Right now, if you're in smart route, it will almost always default you back to just having a direct connection. So the DPN, your decentralized private network, does not essentially come into play. It's almost as if you had DPN disabled. I am going to leave it as smart route because I want to show you some features that you can take advantage of, even with this portion here, with the smart route not being set up the way that they intended it to be. Now, full route. This means that you are going to have to select where you're tunneling through. So you're going to have to make a selection. Like, I want to, browse through the UK, 100% of my traffic, not just a few things, 100% of the traffic. And this is important. I don't recommend anybody doing a full route unless you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. It will mess a few applications up, and I'll show you how to avoid that in the next section here. Now, these tunnels here, you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 tunnels that you can select from. South America, Brazil did not come as a default, and I want to show you how this works. On the left side, the next tab over is going to be tunnel. For my tunnel, you see that Brazil has 3 active tunnel numbers. This means that I have essentially 3 different IPs I can switch between. If you are interested in going through a specific location in the world, please consider adding it as soon as you open your device. This can take a few minutes to actually kick in. And I'll give you an example of that. So let's say, and we can pick the region here. So let's pick somewhere nice. Let's go to South Africa. And here's the feature that you can actually select and say any country in South Africa, or I'm going to pick South Africa. So the continent of Africa, the southern portion, and South Africa will be the country that I'm adding. When you add a country, you're going to see that active tunnel number is 0. And it will stay at 0 until the network refreshes enough time to find a node in that specific location. Let's add another one just so that we can see how fast this shows up, because I think it's going to be beneficial for all of us to be able to have this understanding. Because if you're, I got my device, I want to connect through this place, I grew up there, so I want to see what people are watching there, whatever it is. If you're doing, let's say, search engine optimization and you need to browse the internet via different locations, please come in here and add the tunnels that you think you're going to need, because this is going to be where you're going to set things up. It's where you're going to make sure that you have access to those locations. And I'm going to click, Australia and New Zealand, any country, add. Look at that. So it just refreshed. We just found one in South Africa. I am not able to switch IP because there's only one. So this is what I mean. You want to make sure that if you have a specific need to browse the internet through a specific location, you come in here and you add as one of the first things that you do. let's dial it in and get a little bit more specific when it comes to tunneling and routing things. Under the routing section on the left side of the menu here, you have domain configuration. This is really, really cool. It allows you to essentially select places that you're going to go through regardless of the other, the other selections. And here's what's important. You have two sections here. You have Smart Route List on the left, and you have Direct Route List on the right. And this is where I want all of you to be really careful. A lot of applications will flag your account if all of a sudden you're, let's say you're in the US and for some reason you forget to add, let's say Facebook. I'll give you a perfect example. So facebook.com and click add. Now, if I didn't do that, if I access Facebook and I'm actually tunneling through somewhere in Asia, my account could get flagged and then my Facebook could get locked down. And they could say, wait, this can't be you. How are you in the other side of the world? This is why it's important for you to be very diligent with the places you add here. I've seen people add Slack, if that's the kind of communication that tool that you use. Teams from Microsoft. I've seen a lot of different uses for this. Now, something that's really, really cool, in my opinion, is the ability to select a smart route list. And this is why I was saying that I would leave things in smart route mode. So let's say, and I used, Brazil as an example. I can go to, let's do Netflix.com. And in my tunnel, I can actually select South America, Brazil. And when I click add, what's going to happen is that anytime I go to Netflix, it's going to route me through a South American tunnel through Brazil. That means that my Netflix will now operate as if I was in Brazil. This is why I like the smart routing method, because it allows the flexibility for me to choose things and select how they're going to function. They do have the same feature for IPs. So, you can do an IP configuration that, hey, if you're, looking for this specific IP, route it through here. Or if you're, going to this IP, route it directly. So remember, left side, it's a smart list. The right side is a direct list. So how are you going to get out to the internet? Are you going to route through somewhere? Or are you going to go directly as if you were browsing from home? Really important for you guys to remember this. Now, the last button inside of routing is going to be query. Under query, we can do Netflix. As that list grows and you guys use it more and more, this is going to be very, very useful. Look at that. So now if I go to Netflix.com, it tells me that, hey, you're browsing as if you were in Brazil. But if I do Facebook, direct access. Simple example of what we did on the setup method. This is just a way for you to be able to browse it. All right, next, let's talk security. Now, under the security tab here, we have web filter. And the first button is the dashboard. This is really straightforward. Now, you're going to see that my traffic was basically dead here because I actually had it turned off for a little while because I was uploading stuff and I just needed to get as much, stuff done as possible. So I didn't actually use the device for a little bit. Now, the basics, it's blocking roughly 21%. It's 21% right now. On average, the number I was actually seeing here was much higher than this. I was actually almost hitting 30%, which is incredible to think about. So basically 30% of the things that I'm doing online are garbage. They're either ads, they're tracking, my activity. Thankfully, there's no malicious activity that try to target me, which is wonderful. Now, I will give you guys a little bit of advice. Trackers. Facebook has a lot of these. So if you're an application, you're trying to log into something and it says use your Facebook to log in to access X, Y, and Z. Sometimes you might have to come in here and uncheck the trackers just so that you can actually use some of the Facebook functionality, which drills down who you are, where you are, and everything that you do. Personally, I try to avoid that at all costs, but this is something to be aware of. A button here that I've always wondered what it was when I saw images. Under block pornography, you can actually do enabled, disabled for 2 hours or up to 8 hours. So that's why this is a drop down as opposed to a toggle like these ones here are. Right. User configuration. This is where you would whitelist or blacklist domains. There are databases out there with some of these domains that they recommend you to blacklist altogether. I don't necessarily have that, but this is the reason why you see a click to upload button. Now, let's say you're trying to, I don't want to come up with anything mean, but let's say your wife is, just on Facebook way too much. Well, this is a really easy way to make sure that stops. Here's what you do. Now, nobody goes to Facebook from your network. It's just not going to happen. I'm probably going to delete this so that I don't hear anybody yelling at me saying, "Is the internet's down?" Nope, the internet's not down. It's just Facebook. But there's a very, very easy way for you to do some of these things. And the whitelisting is also really helpful in case you run across a website that is being blocked that shouldn't be blocked. This is the how you would ensure that you can get to your final destination. All right, let's talk about some cool features here. Filter YouTube ads. Don't do this because you should not filter those ads. You should actually click on them when you're watching my videos. All right, so this is how it works. I'm just kidding. It will break the internet. Not the internet, but it will stop YouTube from working on your devices unless you install the certificate. And I tested this by turning it on, installing the certificate on my machine, and then I waited. And then I was told, YouTube doesn't work. Something's wrong with the internet. Well, yeah, because you need to have the certificate installed. It does work. I've tested it. Mid-roll ads, I don't think it was blocking those as well, but all of the ads in the beginning and at the end of videos was working flawlessly. And you got to remember, Google really wants to serve you ads. That's how they make money. So they're always updating their systems. And the people from Deeper are doing a great job at keeping up and making sure that they have the most up-to-date ways to be able to block some of these things. Really quickly, I'll show you how this works as far as the certificate is concerned. And you do have to install this for your device if you're looking to use the YouTube ads filter. You click here to download the certificate. It's going to download that CRT. This is specifically for Windows. When you open it up, you're going to click open. Oh, it's in a different screen. Let me bring it over for you guys. All right. So from here, and you can just scroll, which is nice because you can mess with this while you can scroll. You're going to go into install certificate. Then you're going to do this. You're going to go local machine. Just want to show you how easy this actually is. Hit next. Then you're going to place the certificate inside of the following location. Trusted root certification authorities. Trusted root certification authorities. Okay. You're going to hit next. Finish. Done. Done. All right. That's all you have to do. YouTube ads are now being filtered on this machine. It's that simple. It might look a little bit intimidating when you first open it up. It's not. You can totally do it, and it's actually really worth it. I'm going to uncheck it because I have other people on my network that definitely will come knocking if I leave that on. All right, custom rules. That's fine. I need an install certificate. That's basically what it's telling me there. Now, take a look at this. So these are the custom rules. If we add rules, 99% of you guys are not going to use this, but I want you to understand how it works. Domain. So let's say I have some type of domain that I want to block ads on, or I want to block or redirect things to. So I'm going to use Google. Please don't do this. So google.com, and the pattern can be the exact same thing. And it's a URL, and I want to do a 302 type of redirect. If this is going over your head, you can double speed this, and I'll be over soon, I promise. Here's what you want to do as far as the rewriting pattern. Like you can say, this is the domain that I'm looking at, and anytime it has a little E, I'm going to change that, and I want to rewrite it in a different way. It's going to be rewritten and like this. So now all the URLs that previously had the little E, now they're going to show up with the little U. It's just a basic way of going about doing this. If you guys are wondering how these rules work, this is just the basic SSL filter, and allows you to do redirects fairly easily or reject websites altogether. let's say you get served specific ads from websites and you want to block that, you can just dump that pattern right in there, and it's not going to let that traffic go through your network anymore, which is really cool. All right. For what everyone has been waiting for, let's talk DPR wallet. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to go back to my main shot. I'm going to click on my wallet manager, and I'm going to erase my wallet address, which means I don't have to actually go back and edit all this video. I can just show you guys this thing. Here we go. All right, so there's my wallet address. I just cleared that up. Public key, transfer amount. This is how you send DPR somewhere else. This is my wallet that I binded to this device. This is my Genesis that I'm logged into right now. So this is the wallet that I used when I staked my DPR. So that phrase, that mnemonic phrase that you wrote down, that's what you're going to end up writing in here to be able to connect your wallet. And this is what it will look like. Now, wallet balance. I've only had my device on for 24 hours, daily consumed traffic. So this is reset. Right now it's showing, very little. It was a lot more that I shared. It was like in the gigabytes that like you guys saw before, but I earned my 60 DPR for my 1 day of being plugged into the network. And let me pull up this here. Right now I am in tier 2. My reward is 60.26 DPR a day. That is exactly what I earned. So I essentially earned $9 for having my device on and sharing my bandwidth for 1 day. I don't know. Sounds like a win to me, which means that I'm, on a yearly basis, I'll be making just a little over $3,000 if the price of DPR stays at 15 cents. And the higher this price goes, the more money I will earn. So it won't be a bad day when just protecting my internet, will make me $11,000 a year. And that's because I'm only staked at tier 2. People that are staked a little bit higher, tier, let's say 4, they're making about $40,000 a year. It's a really decent way to look at it. Phase 1 is over. These are the gold. Phase 2 is also over. These are the silver. Now, basic. Basic is for all of you guys that have the nanos, the minis. That's what basic means. So you're going to be able to stake DPR for your devices as well. Tier 1 is 5,000 DPR, 10,000 DPR, and so on. So for 30,000 DPR, if you stake, you're going to earn just 32 DPR a day. Not bad. And you got to remember, there's not a lot of tokens out there right now. The more people stake, the higher the price of the token is going to go, because now there's even more functionality. So people need a token for more things. There's probably going to be, this little dip right now because of, the mainnet launch, all the people that were holding the token, waiting for the launch, and they were just sold it off. I've been buying DPR just because it's really cheap right now. And they have some really cool announcements right around the corner when it comes to exchanges and things like that. And there's a ton of functionality to go along with it. So if you can buy it at the current price, I would. I mean, I bought it at 5 cents. I'm still buying it at 11 and 12. It's just worth it. It's just, in my mind, in my opinion, as always, some dude on the internet, not financial advice, as I always say, but do your own research. I'm kind of all into this thing. Let me go back to AtomOS and show you guys around a few more things. So this is the balance for my wallet. And the cool thing is that I can actually transfer these tokens right now. I don't have to wait. These are mine. I staked for the ability to be able to earn these tokens. But once they are in this wallet, they are 100% free to go. I can send them. I can do whatever it is I want with them. Let's take a look at mining. This is going to be, I should probably not show you this piece on screen. So I'm going to bounce back to my main shot. I'm going to go to mining. Let me see here if it loads. Yeah, I almost made the last shot a little bit worthless if I didn't fix this one. All right, so take a look at this. This was my transaction for the day they transfer those tokens, look at that reward in selected period. That's what it looks like. It's really, really straightforward. Now, don't be discouraged if the numbers that you are thinking about are lower than what you expect them to be. Take a look at a calculator. I'll put the link down below. It's really, really important for you to be able to understand what that looks like and how that all functions, because you need to know exactly how much you're going to earn. I've gotten the question of how much DPR am I going to earn with the mini, the nano? You can do all of that with that the third tab. This is basic. Please go there and check that piece out. All right. Sharing configuration. I turned the sharing off because I was uploading a ton of videos and backing stuff up, but this is how you want to have it set up. And this is super critical, especially if you're in the US. Sharing, turn it on. Have a field day with this. BitTorrenting, keep this off. Otherwise, your ISP, the people who provide you internet, they're going to start sending you a letter saying, hey, why are you downloading this video, this movie, this TV show? Keep BitTorrenting off. It is critical that BitTorrenting stay off if you are in a country that is, regulating that. So, and I've mentioned this before, the way that people do it, it's the honeypot setup, right? So like, let's say NBC, they actually share the video themselves. They actually put the content out there just to catch individuals. It's pretty bad that they do that, but that's how they do it. That's how they're able to say, hey, so-and-so is downloading this movie illegally. It's because they're a part of it. Sharing bandwidth limit. I keep mine at unlimited. I don't have a cap on mine, so it doesn't really matter. And sharing traffic limit, I also keep this set to 0, which is, unlimited. My network connectivity has priority over other people, so it does prioritize whatever I'm doing versus what other people are doing. The reason I turned off sharing temporarily is because I don't want anybody to connect to my node if my connection is going to be bad. Like if I have a crappy connection because I'm uploading a ton of stuff, I don't want anybody connecting to me just to have a bad experience. Like I'm trying to help people out, not make their lives more complicated. Sharing log. This is where you will be able to see everything that goes on your network. So if somebody connected, and you can see here, I have 1,427 pages of data. And I can do a keyword search, like I can try to, I can find specific IP addresses. I can literally drill down and see who looked at what very easily, just with a little keyword search. And because this is on my local network, it works really fast. This is what people, are always saying, well, how do I know if, how can I tell people that it wasn't me using the network? Well, this is how you do it. This is it. You're able to come here and have all the traffic that, took place on your network recorded, and you can show, hey, this wasn't actually me. And if there's any discrepancies, you can search based on, start and end time, or with keywords like I was telling you about before. And this is what I try to explain to people. Yes, this is a decentralized private network setup. Exit nodes should be careful with what they share, specifically BitTorrenting, like I was saying before. However, this is something really important for everyone to understand about the deeper network. The deeper network is not an anonymous network. If you are doing something bad on the internet that you shouldn't be doing, and I mean bad, it will be tracked. People will be able to eventually get back to who you are. If you're looking at, stealing money from people, scamming people, I wouldn't do it through a deeper network device. You're going to end up getting blacklisted because the community is going to be, actively working to clean up the space. And secondly, you're going to be, tracked. People are going to know exactly who you are at the end of the day. It's not a fully anonymous network. It's a decentralized network. There's a very big difference between the two. So keep that in mind. For all the people trying to create FUD around this, you just have to know how to use it. And if you're a criminal trying to use this for, illicit acts, you dumb. I don't know how else to say it. Last but not least, password. Please, please, please. I don't know how else to say this. Change your password. Please change your password. Don't leave your account, your device unprotected with admin. That is the default. I reset mine to the default so I could log in and show you how it works. But you don't want anybody to be able to type in 34.34.34.34 from within your network and be able to access your device. Security first, right? I mean, it's one of the reasons why you're hopefully getting one of these devices in the first place. Now, 2 things left for us to talk about. This is all of AtomOS. If I covered anything here that you guys have questions about, drop a comment down below, because I do want to make sure that I cover those questions. That we have some amazing community members that have been helping out answering questions. If you have questions, you can go to Discord as well. Go to my Discord. Tons of helpful people there, making sure that people are getting the answers that they need. Now let's talk about good stuff. Let's talk about that special edition Deeper Connect Mini. And I don't actually have the Mini to share, but here's what's going on. And I showed you I have 3 new NFTs here. The NFTs that did not sell for the giveaway, I am going to lock those up so nobody else can get them. But if you take a look at Deeper Connect Gaze, and I'll put a link to this one down below as well. I was going to pause it so you guys don't have to actually read everything. Well, see the whole thing. But created by me, exclusive Deeper Network by Action CEO for the Action crypto community. This NFT grants you a custom Deeper Connect Mini mining edition, shipped to any location in the world. So I don't care how much it sells for. I really just want to make sure that somebody in the community gets this, and I'm just attaching the NFT to it. So the minis are going for way too much money on eBay. Hopefully, I'm not trying to oversell this. This is like added value, because my goal is for you to be able to have this mini, and if you want, sell the NFT later. So you're going to have the mini and the NFT. Maybe I'll share what the mini looks like before the this auction ends, but it's going to be cool. Just letting you all know I'm doing something special for you guys, and this is going to be a one-of-a-kind unit that I guarantee you people are going to really want in the future. Well, the people really want it now, because every time, stock goes online, it sells out. So this is just another way for us, for me to be able to provide you with stock and do something cool while we're at it. The moment that you all have probably been waiting for is the giveaway, right? So let's take a look at what we've got here. So this is how I had to do it. Because the giveaway on Instagram had so many people, I am using a comment picker, and I'm have to have a mention, need to, filter any duplicates, and I'm adding a bunch of people in here, an additional 119 entries, because I also entered people that utilized, what did they do? They did tweets. If anybody retweeted, I gave them entries. Anybody that purchased the NFTs, and as well as anybody that used my code to stake. So few ways to win. That's what I'm trying to do, is provide you guys with more ways than one to actually take advantage of this thing and win. So we're gonna get to it and pick the winner. Let's go. You ready? All right, here we go. Okay, so this is a person that's staked. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give this person, let's say, until 2 days. 2 days. So you have 48 hours to come over to the Discord and let me know that, hey, this is me, and I can verify, based on the information that I have in the back end. If you can confirm exactly the time that you staked, I would have that written down. So yeah, we'll go that route, and if it checks out, I will send you that Nano. If you guys haven't had a chance to do this yet, smash that like button. I know it's going to be a little bit of a longer video than usual, but it's important for the people that want to know exactly how to stake, how to stay up to date with their OS. If you guys don't have the exact layout that I showed you today, that's okay. Your units will be updated shortly, and you're going to have access to all of the things that I showed you today. But I'm going to leave it here. You guys are awesome, and I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Take care now. Okay, I'll show you what the NFT full video looks like. I figured that'd be a nice thing to do. Here we go.